It's another gorgeous day here in Chittenden, Vermont. And here we're at Bard Cemetery. I forget exactly the pronunciation. I've heard it both ways. So let me know in the comments below if I'm saying it right, whether it be the first way or the second way. Anyway, why am we here? Very interesting story indeed. We have about a couple interesting things that happened here, besides the fact that there's possibly more of the Yetis buried behind me here. And there's also possibly an EVP that we captured a long time ago too, where I don't know if the female spirit had never seen a recorder before, but they basically in response were wondering what is that. So I'm assuming it was the recorder in my hand, or maybe it was one of the cameras that we were using that night. So, it's been very strange. Here on this side, I will add the photo that we captured back on October 28, 2011. And as you can see, there's like some sort of weird mist going on here, and right over there is like the smoke from when I used to smoke cigarettes. So I don't know what is going on over here, but that is definitely not my breath, and it's definitely not cigarette smoke because of the colorness as well. The color is off. It's more grayer than the white smoke from the cigarette itself. Anyway, when we came back a couple months later, when we actually formed the Vermont Investigators of Paranormal Activity, Dan and I tried to recreate that photo, and we ended up catching this interesting photo. Now, what's so interesting about this one, besides getting eaten alive as I'm talking about this, is that, well, over here on the right side, it's almost like there's a hand, almost like that hand that we saw in the first image. So if we compare them side by side, it's hard to really say for sure, and it's not 100%, but it is such thing as a theory that could just very well be the same person, but added more effect in this one as well. Anyway, just like in the last few videos, we'll see what we can encounter with EMF, and possibly if the traffic isn't too noisy, and if we can try to figure out a more quiet area here at the cemetery, we'll see what we can catch with the spirit box. Stay tuned. Alright guys, so I'm about to turn on the EMF over here. I'm also going to turn on the green light, which you can't really see that one for some reason. It's almost like it's still too much for this. So, and obviously with the sun behind me, that does not even help at all. So I think that's weird. Maybe it just caught the EMF with the light. So because that one doesn't seem to be working well, we're gonna stick to this one, because I don't know what that was. So over here, I want to point this out, because it looks like somebody's been here as well. But one night when Dan and I were here, we actually felt a very hot spot right here, and what's very interesting is that just read as 0.3. I have no idea why, especially around this area, and it's staying that way too. Doesn't want to seem to be doing anything. So let's see if we try to face the sun. That's definitely not helping. However, just went back to 0.3. So let's see what we got going on here. Hello. If you guys can hear me, and it's getting really harder to do this, but there we go. Maybe. I'm looking for a lady who possibly came into one of our photos 10 years ago. And I'd like to know if you're still around. Can you let me know? Was that you? Don't be shy. But yeah, over there is where I had the 0.2, and it's gone. So it's definitely not consistent here. Going all over the place. 0.3. Let's see if we can follow it. 0.2. Looks like it's going away. Is it going up in the air? Is it going down below? No. Alright, let's see what we can find. 0.2. Here we go again. And it's gone. Honestly, I don't even know what's making it this. Anyway, I'm looking for a lady. Can you help me? Are you the lady that possibly came into my photo 10 years ago? Floating on the left side of me. You remember that? Come on. Am I gonna have to come back? Alright guys, so we're gonna do the final thing here for Baird or Bard Cemetery. Unfortunately, there doesn't seem to be much luck with the EMF here, like there was in the other video for Horton Cemetery. There was definitely something going on at Horton with the EMF spikes jumping all over the place. So, I don't know what to tell you with that, with Horton. So real quick, I want you guys to notice that the 0.0 is still there on the EMF. So let's see, it is not picking up the spirit box at all. So let's see what we can get. Hello? Is anybody here? Anybody here with me right now that would like to say hello? I'm looking for a lady who was caught in a picture of one of mine back in a little over 11 years ago. You were floating on the left side of me. So here you have it again, guys, at Baird Bard Cemetery. Nothing happened again. It almost seems like something was going on in Horton Cemetery. That was the only place out of the 3 locations that I went to here in Chittenden that actually seemed that there was something going on, especially around Ralph's grave. So, could it have been Ralph? I don't know, but that was some very interesting EMF. Unfortunately, though, it makes me wonder, what if I were to come back here, Horton, and maybe if I could work up the courage to go to New Boston during the nighttime and see what would happen then with the spirit box and EMF. Would it change? Would it be more alive, active? It's hard to really say, but thank you for watching.